Wow, it's been forever.
It has been a good long time.
Yeah, it really has. And gosh, I want to say that, you know,
First, hello.
no,
Hello.
no, I said I want to say, I said, yes. There's a lot of mixed emotions, starting from being tired,
I know. I'm just trying to get
starting with being tired all the time. I mean, a perpetual state of exhaustion, emotionally, physically, and mentally. The new additions to the family require a lot of attention. They're terrible twos, lack of sleep, which made it very difficult, having to have a schedule of getting up at 3 in the morning, to be able to work at 4.
Is this about your Walmart job?
Well, I thought we were going to talk, yeah,
It was a crazy schedule.
it was.
At first, you were working 1 to 10. Hey,
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. They
the
want to mess with
cards
chords.
alone.
They want to mess with chords. They want to mess with
Don't.
everything.
It's like, why? They didn't do that before.
No, because they want attention. It's like when we go out, they sleep. We come home and they're dead asleep. When we're home, they want constant attention. And at night, they don't let sleep. They pounce. It's just.
It's, it's a lesson in patience, is what it is. A real big lesson in patience. And, it's hard sometimes, honestly.
Yeah, it really is, because
I have no idea how hard it would be.
Yeah. But
that's the cats. I mean, the cats they're babies.
Yeah.
And anybody who's ever had kids probably understand what we're going through. And but this isn't really about the kitties. This is about what we've been through and where we're going, what we've been doing, and how you've been feeling.
Yeah, slave, workhorse, unappreciated, self-esteem being brought down this low. I've never, in my 54 years, and I've been working since I was 13, I've ever been treated so badly from a corporation as Walmart. And to find out that there's tons of websites dedicated from employees reporting, all these things, and it's like, when you started reading all that stuff to me, I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I go through on a daily basis.
I just saw how you were like dreading waking up and getting to work. And then one day you were like, I'm in prison. I can't wait to get home. I mean, it was like, I've had sucky jobs.
I've had sucky jobs on.
But this is like.
This is beyond.
This is like, crazy.
And besides the fact how they treat you, it's an unethical and unsafe environment. The equipment are all broken. They don't replace things. The workload is excessive. You're always understaffed. From walking to the floor and slipping and sliding to being cut to being burned, repetitive reaching over your head constantly of pallets full of merchandise, pallet jacks that aren't working, you have to tug in and pull to get from point A to point B, and icing on the cake, cooler doors that don't work properly that you have to open 50 to more times in a day to get the merchandise out. And I knew that eventually, the straw that broke the camel's back was going to happen. And sure enough, September 4th, repetitive stress injury shoulder, mid back to lower back went. And the sad thing is, I mean, nobody wants to get hurt, and it's an embarrassment, for one person to like say, "Oh shit, I got hurt," because they ingrain in you that there's no such thing as an accident, that it's carelessness on behalf of the employee, because they want to program you to be ashamed and not report it. A lot of people get hurt and they don't report it because they're afraid to lose their jobs. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm tired of getting hurt. I'm tired of getting scraped, cut, burned, bruised.
You come home with burn marks,
Yeah.
cut marks.
Yeah.
I mean, your fingers are like all dried out and
from opening boxes after boxes.
Calluses.
Calluses that I've never had in my entire life.
Crazy stuff.
Slavehood completely. And then to be told that it was my fault, that I should have gotten help. I mean, we open that door all the time. We struggle. There's video, and that's the saving grace, that there is videos of people opening the door and the struggle that you go. Even two people trying to open it is very difficult.
And getting help at like
4 o'clock
in the morning is something that's a pie in the sky idea.
Yeah.
This whole team lifting concept.
It doesn't happen.
All that. I mean, Walmart, it's anything but a team.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody, it seems like, and this is not just the store in Silver City.
No, this is everywhere.
This is like pretty much everywhere. And we've read so many different horror stories from different people. People have been there for 6 months. People that have been there for 25 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a regional sales manager, a store manager, if you're an associate, if you're, whatever you are, you just feel like you're being used.
Yeah, and then they're taught,
abused.
the management are taught to talk down to the
You
employees.
just jumped all the way down.
Yeah, it's going cycle. They talk down to the employees to make you feel like you're this big. No matter how much or what you do, good enough. They always want more. It's like taking blood out of a stone. And
That worries me.
what, the jump?
Yeah. He's never jumped from that top, that middle perch there. Okay.
So yeah, it's just, she's even worried. She's like,
Yeah. She jumped down normally.
Yeah.
And he went down all the way from the top. Yeah. So from middle management and
I mean, it's just, I got told by the department manager that they teach them to bring the morale down. She was trying to quit because she was fed up with it. They won't even let her quit. It is just such a toxic environment. I mean, when you don't fix something that's broken, like a door that you literally have to tug 7 or 8 times before you could actually start to move it, and then you have to take both your hands to slide the door and move over. You're looking at twisting injury, shoulder injury. You're looking at all sorts of different injury day in and day out. And it's not because I'm 54. The other young guys also hurt their backs all the time, but they're too afraid to report it. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna stay quiet. For all the people that Walmart has screwed over, I want to bring this to the attention of the media. I want to bring this to the attention of the world. You think you're saving money on Walmart, and you're hurting your community, you're hurting people, because these people are slave drivers. They're filthy rich, and they don't care about anybody. They even own their own workers' comp insurance. That tells you everything. I got hurt on the 4th. I couldn't get an appointment and see a doctor. They wouldn't let me go to the emergency. They wouldn't let me do anything. I had to follow their protocol.
they didn't want it to go through.
Yeah, they didn't want to let me. They make the managers go with you.
Literally,
I felt like I'm
he's
a prisoner being
taken over to
see healthcare, infirmary. And then it's not bad enough that the supervisor, after I think it was the 6th that I was able to see the doctor, I had to go to Walmart, get taken by the supervisor in his car to the health facility. He's reading this chart, my chart, talking about breaking all HIPAA laws. asking all sorts of information. So it's none of your
So
business,
what?
dude.
So how did you get hurt? And
Yeah.
it's like,
And I'm like,
you're just like supposed to just drive me there. You're like a courier.
yeah.
I don't even know why
reading
you have
everything.
somebody come out there.
And then follows me into the room where the doctor, or not even doctor, they don't even have doctors as physician assistant, who's gonna be doing the examination. And I'm like, you shouldn't be in here. This is HIPAA law violation. You're not related to me. You have no reason to be in here during my examination. And then to make matters worse, the place that is contracted by Walmart to do the workers' comp reveals in the report that I'm transgender.
Not only reveals that you're transgender, states that you had sexual
Because I'm in surgery, that I'm on testosterone.
It's like,
I'm like, I just got outed on a job and had no clue I was trans.
unbelievable.
I'm like, I'm just beside myself. Besides the fact that I have massive pain in my mid to lower back, and I can't barely even lift this left shoulder.
You gotta be in shock.
I'm beyond shocked. I'm beyond. And then it's like trying to get a therapy appointment. They said they were going to schedule me with Inquest, which is not the prime place for therapy, and I'm still waiting for the referral to go through. Doctor had prescribed some muscle relaxant. I'm still waiting for them to get the approval so they would pay for the muscle relaxant. I mean, this is Walmart. I feel like I'm working for a third world country job.
Some like makeshift outfit.
But they don't want to pay for it. They denied the claim originally because they were trying to blame me. Well, they don't realize that workers' comp is a no fault. And because I wrote repetitive injury, injury, something or another, they were going to deny it. And it's like, what I'm trying to explain is this is not a first time happening. This is something that like day in and day out, every morning. So it's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
But it's not just that. It's just how they pile things up in their warehouses.
Oh, yeah.
How they make people like do jobs that they're not even trained to do.
We were shorthanded. This was last week. I think it was Friday or Saturday, and days just kind of
grumbled together.
And we're busy. I'm already exhausted. I had unloaded God knows how much. My back was killing me. My shoulder, everything. I was dying. I know this sounds crazy. It says the foreman. This is the guy that like pushes the whip on us. We need you guys to go outside and bring in carts. I'm like, I've never been taught how to go out there.
They're like, I know what I know about that is that it's not simply just going and
round up
carts. Yeah. You have to use that little vehicle
which I don't know how to use.
That you have to tie things up with.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
There's cars out there.
You could get run over by a car.
You could hit other cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, why are they sending people out to do jobs that they're not even trained to do?
It's like I was set out to do the hot chili thing or whatever, roasting chili. And I got tired. Yeah, burned my shirt, burned 2 burns in my arm. I was like, this is crazy. And by myself, they don't even give us the proper bags to put in the box. So it's like they don't equip you with the proper equipment to do your job. Every morning is looking for scanners and printers that we don't have. It's like a cluster F.
But that's what they do though. The management does that because the way that they make money is by trimming payroll every month.
Exactly.
So they get bonuses, they get...
By not fixing the door, they get money, because that door costs a lot of money to fix. Oh, we order the parts. This door's been broken since last year.
The security guy doesn't even know.
Yeah, the safety guy didn't even know, according to him, that the door is broken. But yet, the store manager ordered the parts, and the safety manager doesn't know that.
Somebody's not telling the truth.
Yeah, in the meantime, they made me feel like crap, like, how dare you get hurt? And it's like,
well, you guys get like a steak dinner if you guys.
Yeah, they emphasize no accident reports this month. Then they give you like a little piece of cake or a little steak dinner that they provide for the employees because they get a big bonus whenever they don't have to.
They don't have to
shove out money for workers' compensation. But it's just people don't realize that this company is just
corrupt.
It's a monster. It's a big monster, and I was like, it's gonna be a company's man, move move up the chains of this company, you know, possibly one day become a manager myself, or maybe, you know, become a pharmacy tech or something. I had hopes and inspirations, but the more I saw what went on in that company, they don't change their oils or the fried foods in the deli. I mean, they don't even check the proper temperature for chickens. They just stop. They're supposed to
rotisserie.
Yeah, they're supposed to take these steps to prevent foodborne illnesses. People are so much in a rush all the time. You don't have time to do half that crap. You're just like trying to get stuff done because we're always understaffed. You know, it's just unsafe. I mean, we had leaks in the floors. The oil things would leak, and would get between the oil and the water, and everything would be all slippery. You'd be walking around all careful. Then you don't want to like fall and break your head or whatever. I mean, it's crazy.
Something happened when you were still working at Walmart, and they came around and
somebody reported some mold in strawberries. Strawberries get mold. It's part of
that is something that every time that I've ever bought strawberries at Walmart,
it always gets moldy.
It's always the ones that you're like, oh no, those are moldy.
Yeah.
Put that back.
Right.
You know, I mean,
There's a lot of mold.
I'm sure other people can attest to that.
They have way too much moisture. They spray the thing every 5 minutes. I try to tell them, this is not a good practice. You shouldn't be spraying it every 5 minutes like that. I mean,
and that's just not Walmart. That's a lot of places that do that.
Well, make a long story short, somebody reported something, and Walmart's one of the places that likes to put out fires. You know, if somebody reports something, then the managers are going to get down your throat. So they were like making us all really call and look through everything. And you know, no matter how many times you go through the entire department, you're going to miss something. So
even if you don't, though,
20 minutes later, you could have mold 1 second and mold not have mold and have mold 20 minutes later. Well, I'm very anal and I take pride in what I do. And you know, the manager, who's Napoleon, you know, the assistant manager, goes in and tries to like reprimand me because he found some things that I missed. I'm like, dude, we could go around here 500 times around this produce department, and you'll miss something and I'll catch it, or vice versa. And so you can't penalize people for missing something. It's just no possible way, unless you have some mold detector, some device, you know, but human eyes, I mean, tomatoes, for instance, you could be looking at a tomato thing one way, and then, you know, move it around, you find a little moldy piece.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many foods.
How many times, how long would it take to
Oh my
take
God.
a microscope to each
And then you have like a bunch of fruit together, you have every individual fruit. There's no way.
Every inch of it too.
So, you know, I said, you have to go. I bust my rear because I'm a hard worker.
Never late, never early.
Yeah, never called in sick. I take pride in what I do.
You don't even go to the bathroom on break.
No,
I mean,
people use their bathroom, like they go to the bathroom, they don't use their break to go to the bathroom. I use the bathroom when I'm on my break.
Right.
And, you know, anal like that. And I said, never once praise, because they never do. The deli manager never praised. All they do is find faults. I said, you have the gall to find, you know, the inkling of what is it I'm trying to say? Instead of praising, you never once praised, but you can bring word to me when you want to reprimand me for something beyond my control. After that day on, I was like, you know what, I don't give a shit about this place.
Yeah.
You know, that was like the turning point for me. And then never realizing a day in the world that if you get hurt, instead of being concerned, oh my God, Mark, I'm so sorry you got hurt. Oh, no, we're not going to pay for this claim because it's a repetitive thing, and you should have gotten help to open that door.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I threatened with the attorney. And, you know, I just wanted to resign. I was like, you know, I don't want to work for a place that doesn't.
They wanted to make you a greeter.
Yeah, they wanted to put me as a greeter. Well, you don't have to lift the boxes anymore. You can just stand out there and be a greeter, the 80-year-old greeters that stand on the door.
And security, because they're also security.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to place. I mean, it's like department after department is the same crowd. And then you guys aren't even empathetic about the injuries. You're trying to cover your ass and lie about wanting to fix the door and having the parts ordered, but they haven't come in, when that door's been broken for over a year. It's like, why would I want to work for a department like that?
Yeah, well, when we first got the job at Walmart, I was like shocked because I was like, you know, what, really? I mean, we've been like, so, we wouldn't even go to Walmart for so many times,
Yeah.
so many times in our, in our marriage, we wouldn't even darken the door of a Walmart. And when we got on the journey and traveled, that's when we kind of like gave in to Walmart, because we figured, well, they're letting us stay in their parking lot. We need to get oatmeal, we need to get stuff, we need to use the bathroom. So Walmart at that point was like a saving grace. And there was like, well, we don't like what they stand for because they're like the Matrix personified, but we're just gonna deal with it, right? We're
People
just
don't
gonna
even
do
know
it.
how much of a matrix Walmart is. I mean, they don't even allow unions. They have cameras. They put cameras especially in the parking lots, not for your safety, but to make sure that no union organization was taking place. It's like, these people have no scruples.
Well, they say that basically Walmart has become the supply chain for Chinese manufacturing. I mean, it's like they've taken everything that, I mean, they used to say made in America and all that stuff, but Walmart has become kind of like the pipeline for China to get their products in and through and stuff. And, people, you don't understand that when you buy stuff at Walmart, you're really hurting the community that you're living in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because mom and pop
there
shops
are
have to close.
so many businesses that have been destroyed by Walmart. And
I was just thinking
it's
right
not-
now, one of the employees in the deli, female, she's been working for them for a while and it's all messed up. She's got carpal tunnel, her back hurts. I mean, she's all, and they don't care. She started going to therapy. She couldn't even continue to go to therapy because they wouldn't allow her the time off to go to therapy, or the schedule, would not. So pretty much she's in a lot of pain all the time. And again, I mean, but this is the norm. This is what these people, and then you start speaking out and they start cutting your hours and then they fire you. So before they fired me, that's why I resigned.
Yeah, because basically what happens is, and this is kind of like what happens at every Walmart, is that if you do something that they don't like, but they don't have grounds to fire you, they move you to another department, they cut your hours down, and then they find excuses to get rid of you. Like, oh, you're not being efficient enough, or you're not doing this right, or we heard somebody report this about you and that about you. And it's like, once you're not in the good graces of management, then that's it. And the only way that you can be in good graces with the management is if you're like their little call boy, call girl, doing whatever they say, whenever they say it, And the thing is, though, you guys have like so many managers. There's like more managers at Walmart than any other business I've ever seen, because it's like one manager tells you to do one thing,
and another one tells you another, and you're like, what?
So
what do I do?
The ones that
I was
told you to do it one way, then they go, oh no, you're doing it wrong, you need to do it this way. Then someone else from another department
pulls you to do something else, but I gotta finish this. Nope, leave that there, you gotta go.
Not to mention the customers are classic
Oh
at
my
Walmart.
God.
I mean, it's like,
I've never seen
I
that.
always remember, that Walmart and Target always had a stigma where Target was always like the better of
course,
the two, and that Walmart was like, the bathrooms are always dirty at Walmart,
Oh my God.
but not at Target. The help is always not courteous at Walmart, but at Target, everybody's super nice,
And
it's
the
like,
employees are happy because
Exactly.
Target cares. Walmart doesn't give a flying F about their employees.
They
But they
don't.
pretend to. They think, Sandy, the head honcho, but we do. It's like, stop lying. Stop lying.
That's why they said, give me your discount card,
Oh yeah, and so when
give me your hat,
I finally,
give me your ID badge.
yeah, and it's like the discount card. It's like, you know what? Take your friggin' card. We ain't ever again shopping at Walmart again. I mean, I
Don't want great value, anything.
It's like I'm really disappointed and I'm pissed off, and I'm
Hey.
waiting to get
What bothers his sister.
communication from the claims department. I called them They haven't called me back. I'm gonna give them a few days courtesy. I'm gonna wait to see if I will get this appointment for my therapy so that I can get some pain relief. If not, I'm getting an attorney. And trust me, there are a lot of attorneys out there that are just, that's what they do because there are so many claims against Walmart from their employees that it's just.
They say that they have a lawsuit filed on them every I don't know, every 20 minutes or something crazy.
Guys, stop!
I know, they're like fighting up on there.
If you guys fall from
the
there.
Sisters.
Ja! Pokey, leave my alone.
She was lying down
Yeah.
normally, and he just came up there and started nibbling on her. It's like,
Stop it.
he just, I don't know. Cats are crazy.
Yeah.
And our boy cat has this
He's learning
issue.
disabled.
Has this issue
With suckling.
suckling.
And it's not just suckling. It should be called something besides suckling because it's like his mouth is full of saliva, and as soon as he puts his mouth on it, it's like drool. I mean, constant drool. And it's like he won't take no for an answer. It's like trying to move the hand.
That he makes, and he gets really into it, and his paws start doing this type thing. And I don't know if he's teething. I don't know if he got dropped on his head. I don't know if he's just didn't have enough from mom.
Something.
I mean, I know I don't know.
And then it's like, it's not just that he suckles, because I had my other cats, one of the girls suckle, but he makes this noise. And it's like, it wakes me up. It's like really ridiculously loud and very, very annoying. And he won't take no for an answer. You move the hand, you have to get under the covers and hide so he has nothing to latch on to suck.
No skin.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any skin to latch on to. It's a learning curve right now that we have with these.
It's like, I hope they grow up real soon.
Little kitties, I mean, I'm glad that, now, obviously, you don't work at Walmart anymore. For those that, didn't know that, Mark no longer is employed by Walmart. And I'm grateful that the 3 o'clock in the morning wake up is over. That is that is so insane to wake up that early and to have that. I mean, it's it really ruined our whole health.
Yeah.
I
was eating stuff that
started eating donuts at work, bringing donuts home, and I was like, really? Donuts? I mean, what's the purpose of that? And it's waking up that early to make you your food and everything. I made it earlier in the evening the night before, but we'd have to get to bed at 7.
I was already falling asleep after dinner. I was sitting there waiting for you, and I was like, my health just declined completely,
And your circadian rhythm is totally thrown off.
Then even on the days off, we were going to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's why? For a menial
oh my God!
job.
By the time the taxes rolled along and it took out $200 every paycheck, and here you are busting your rear end after tax. You're getting $400 a week.
They say that Walmart could raise the salary or the hourly rate for all of their employees across the board by 50%, and they would still show a profit. That tells you where their priorities are, and their priorities are in making money for their stockholders and their shareholders, and for their CEOs to get their bonuses, and for their culture to continue. And it's basically the whole concept that's happened in the United States, where jobs have been shipped overseas, and people are expected to work at slave labor rates, and benefits are cut. And that seems to be kind of Walmart's kind of like the poster child for all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a great microcosm of, you know, look at the leadership that we have
Yeah,
in the
and
White House right now. I mean, it's the same type greedy, you know, capitalistic
Yeah.
on steroids mentality that wants to just take, and make everybody consume.
And the quality of products and food and that food handling and the cross contamination that goes on, you know, food that should be refrigerated stays out on pallets for a very long time because we don't have the manpower to do it as quickly as we should be doing it. I mean, foods that should be in the refrigerator stay out for a long period of time. You know, it's
In the
just
deli,
not only
the
the deli.
meals that are prepared in the deli are not,
they're not homemade. They're like made from these boxes and tons of mold. You know, and it's like, oh my God, okay, I mean, let's take this. You know, people don't realize.
and with
You're
the
not saving
door,
money.
I mean, with the door, you mentioned that door when you first
Oh
got,
my God, yeah.
when you started working
Yeah,
there, you
'cause-
were like, you know, that door, it just,
You
I
can't open
mentioned
it.
it to them, and they say that it's been broken for a while, and it like,
They don't
you
fix
tug
it.
and tug, and you're shredding your shoulder every time you're trying to
Shoulder
pull
and back
things
from twisting and
back.
turning, you know. And there's one door where you literally had to bring your leg up on this pole and pull. I mean, your carotid arteries are popping out. And you couldn't open the freaking door, and you had to do this day in, day out, you know. And it's like, I mentioned it to the supervisor, we're aware of it. Okay, fix it. You know,
And we're talking Walmart, a corporation that is like a multinational company that has like all these different brands, makes their own everything.
yeah.
Let's say, I don't think there's anything that they don't make.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, from protein
Oh
powder
God.
to like
Vitamins.
and I mean, they it's like they carry their own workers' comp insurance.
Yeah,
They're self-insured. They're so big,
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, it's like,
that's great.
if you need glasses, you go where? To the optical center at Walmart to get like everything. But you know,
And they got the worst insurance. Our insurance has a, what is it, $2,000 deductible.
oh, forget getting me on it.
Yeah, you can't, family members, I mean, I
Yeah.
pay, I think it's between the dental and eye, whatever, it's like $38 a paycheck. If we're living on the plan, it'd be $139. There goes my paycheck. You know, and then they don't cover shit. You got, for a family, it's a $5,000 deductible.
I mean, I
It's
heard that
crazy.
people would have to pay $7,500 in hospital fees
Yeah, and
if they were hospitalized.
if you, after you pay your deductible, they still don't cover 100%. They only cover like 70%.
That's
It's insane. It's insane. Walmart has the worst insurance. They have the worst everything for their employees. I mean, I did it because I had no choice. It was beneath me, below me. I felt half the time, I mean, you know, and I know not everybody has a degree, not everybody is educated, whatever, but working besides a lot of these people, including management, because some of these managers are idiots. I was like, oh my God, but I did my job. I put my tail between my leg. I didn't flaunt my knowledge. I didn't try to be, you know, I was a hard worker, you know, for what?
Yeah, I mean.
I'm all
once
messed
you
up. I
get
got
hurt-
carpal tunnel in this hand from constant. I mean, you're talking about box after box. Then you're opening up. Never mind how many times I cut myself with a stupid box cutter because you're constantly, you know, opening boxes, tearing them up, piling them. You know, I've never in my entire life have been so hurt and injured and calluses on my hand. I mean, I lost my voice. I mean, you guys saw that I never even barely made any videos. I had no passion for anything. So I'd come home, shower, eat, and go to bed. That was it. That was it. That was my life.
Yeah, it was just a very difficult thing, and I didn't realize how hard he was working. You know, he was having to do all these things. He's like, you know, I'm never still. I'm always on my feet. I'm always lifting stuff. I'm always pulling things out. I'm always putting things away. There's not a moment of free time. I mean, it's like, you know, as a freelancer, I would work hard to set up my camera you know, and then when showtime came around, but, you know, we'd have long hours for lunch, we'd have the afternoon to just like veg out. I mean, there, you know, once you get your gear set up, but I mean, this job is like constant, like go, 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 go. And then it's not enough to just go, go, go. They make you like do more.
Yeah,
Than you're
it's
capable
like,
of doing.
it's like they make you do the job of 5 people, literally. Don't think about it. The job of 5 people. And you literally have a slave driver who, by the way, is
Like
getting
a
transferred because,
taskmaster.
yeah, a taskmaster who's like resigning from that position because I guess he feels bad what he's doing to people.
Oh.
You know, and it's like all they need is a whip. I mean, because it's like,
I mean,
Work faster.
when you left the deli department, you spoke to your supervisor
Yeah.
there, and what would you tell
I
him?
told her, I said, you know, I gotta tell you, you need to brush up on your management skills. All you do from the moment you walk in is try to find what we did wrong. Never once did you praise. Never once did you. If we were,
Encourage or-
yeah, if we were shorthanded, never once did you like step to help out. It's always just like picking and telling people how they should have done this, that, and the other, and you forgot this, but never once, hey, good job. I appreciate that you're doing what you're doing, and I know you're shorthanded. I appreciate you stayed a couple hours over your scheduled time. You know, none of that.
I mean, when we first like got the job, they gave you that whole Walmart, you know, song and story about Sam Walton
Oh, yeah.
and how, you know, this is a great company and how family oriented they are and how American focused and, you know, right?
Right.
They gave you that whole spiel, like the whole
It's all-
Disney land.
It's all lies. I mean,
And,
these people they slave drive people from other countries and barely pay them any money. They outsource everything. Everything belongs to China. China is bringing in their products through Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, this is like people just, you need to stop shopping here altogether. And if you ever think about working in Walmart, please don't.
yeah,
Please don't.
We had a friend of ours said that he was going to
Start with a
working at
13
Walmart.
after he read it because I wrote a blog about it and shared a bunch of links of other people complaining about the same, you know, same things. And he was like, well, I'm not doing it.
But we're talking about, I mean, all you have to do, you just look on YouTube and Google the name Walmart, the high price, the high price of low cost or something like that. It's a 2005 documentary. Okay, it's been out for a long time, and it's on YouTube. But the high price of low cost Walmart, and they right there will tell you what is going on and what's been happening, and that was, you know, over what? How many years ago? I mean,
Nothing
so
changes. It's
we're
just as
talking
bad.
about a company that doesn't care about people, you know, or the company, the
Or the
communities
consumer.
that they're involved
No,
in.
not at all. Not at all.
You know,
Uh-oh, there. I need
Hey,
to,
get down.
hey.
get down.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
kitties. It's the fun part is when they pounce on you in the middle of the
And
night,
then you're dreaming
and you can't
have a heart attack.
like you like get shocked,
Yeah.
you know. But other than that, I think we're doing okay. Other than that, I think we have a beautiful home here in Silver City. We still don't have pictures on our walls, but everything has its time and season. But you know, I don't think we're done talking. I don't, you know, I know that I said that I didn't want to do more, I didn't want to say more, because where I was at in life, I just didn't feel like people really cared, you know. I mean, I didn't feel like what I was doing was making a difference for anyone. You know, it's like viewership was down. I was like, who's watching? Who cares what we have to say?
But I keep moving back like that, you get like.
So basically, you know, it was good to be doing something else with our time. But, you know, obviously what you were doing with your time, that wasn't that great.
No.
But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we should say stuff. Maybe we should share, you know, our perspective. You know, I recently Google learning, you know, recently and saw that someone had written something back in April about when we first left, you know, the internet and stuff and did a show. And she had some really interesting things. She said that it was the best trans related issues
Show or something.
YouTubers out there and stuff. And, you know, we sought always to share the truth. Can you not do that? We always sought to share the truth. And, you know, we may have said things that would have offended other people, and we may have thought things differently at some point in our relationship, but we're always trying to find out the truth, you know, and we never kind of stuck to like one thing because we're always on this journey of discovering, wanting to find out the truth. And, you know, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to ask questions and to, you know, not make excuses and to just like really think things through, you know. And we've been through a lot as a couple. We were talking about
You keep moving back.
because my headroom.
Oh.
We've been through a lot. We've had lots of things that we've had to deal with my family, with your family, with where we live, with the job situation, and I mean everything. And you know, we've tried to make sense of it all.
One mouse that I got, and it makes all sorts of noise, and I'm playing soccer with a mouse.
They're really good at soccer,
Yeah.
not so good at fetch. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, I enjoyed doing the shows. I enjoyed the education that we provided, whether it be health issues and religious issues and trans issues and mental issues and everything that we spoke about that I think had lots of merit. A lot of people don't want to hear things, you know, they want to fluff everything under a rug. But truth is truth, and I know everybody says, what's your truth, not my truth, and it's like, there are certain components that it's pretty across the board, you know, and certain issues that are very pattern-like issues, you know, in the community, and I think that if people understood themselves and each other and were honest enough to speak about these issues and help resolve them or help bring light to them, I think that as a community, we would grow.
Yeah, but as long as we isolate it to like this one way of viewing things, and that, you know, you don't make room for other people to be able to understand, you know, because you lay it out so black and white, and then they're like, no, I'm sorry, no,
Yeah.
I don't agree. Hey, get out from there. Lady bought a glass entertainment center,
Get out there.
and the cats love to hang out by our cables and spread their dander. And I don't know what it is about cats, but you tell them not to do something,
And the more they want to do it.
and the more we tell them, you know, the more
They retaliate.
rebellious they become, and you know.
The more you say no, the more.
I mean, it doesn't matter which one. They both have that.
Yeah.
But I think cats are like that in general. And
Well, kittyhood is, you know, I
it's
kind of,
kittyhood.
you know, about getting an older cat, you know, one that's already gone through
No, they're in them.
Oh,
They're in them for sure. But it is what it is. That's what we have, and you know, there's not much we can do about it now.
no.
We got a nice cat tree.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It's good.
so yeah.
So anyway, don't know yet when, we start back up doing, shows. I mean, obviously I want to take care of this Walmart legality issue, and get an attorney, and, just, and not so much for myself. I think it's like, there's so many people. I mean, there's a lot of guys and girls at work that are hurt, they're too afraid to speak up. They're afraid to lose their job. They're afraid of retaliation, and Walmart wants to silence people. And I think enough is enough. I think it's time for David to take on Goliath. And, I'm not going to be quiet about it, and it's just wrong. It's just wrong the way they treat their employees, the unsafe conditions, the way that, it's all about their profit. That's all they care about. And it's time for someone to speak up. And there's been a lot of people speaking up, but I think they've been very intimidated. And, I don't want to be intimidated. I'm going to be silenced. And,
So lots of people have lost a lot to this massive corporation.
yeah.
Pretty much their lives.
Yeah.
And Walmart's none the worse for wear. I mean, they just keep marching along, making millions of dollars every day.
Trillions.
On, one store can make $1 million of profit, and none of that is passed on to the employees. I mean, one of the things that they did was they ended up, saying that they were going to start doing raises for people and raising the rate. Last January, they raised the rates for people, but then they also shut down like 60 Sam's Clubs and stuff in the United States. So, I mean, it's like Target does stuff that like pales in comparison to what Walmart can possibly do. And
It's just,
it's like this game, and the people just are not treated as appreciated. employees.
Like I said, self-esteem gets brought down this low, you're emotionally broke, they just, it made me feel terrible, and no matter how hard I work, it never seemed like it was hard enough, and that's not the reason. I'm gonna try that again. Don't even think about it. All right, well,
I guess that's it.
pretty much said enough, but thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of us.
In our new home.
Yeah.
Who knows where we'll do it from, because we have lots of different
Oh, this is probably
choices and places.
I mean, the kitchen.
Yeah, the
You sit up
kitchen,
there,
could do
this
that.
has the, got the stools. Here, no,
Get down
the guests are another factor of
during the show.
show, yeah. I mean, the only place probably that they would probably leave us alone, because we managed to kind of teach them not to climb on where we eat while we're eating.
For today. I mean, sometimes.
Well, for the most part, they've kind of, learned a bit, and they're fighting.
But they're brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
They do.
They fight a lot.
All right.
All right, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. But remember to always love yourselves too.
Yikes. Oh God.
Bring it be too late.
I don't know.
Get up.